UFO gaming is about to explode. Are we going to see another 10x where it will become a top 100 cryptocurrency? Well, today we're going to look at the technicals, the psychology of buying and selling behavior, because this project in the metaverse is looking healthy. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jagir. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. Been featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008, where I only used to focus on currencies, but now exclusive on cryptocurrency. So let's dive straight in. All right, UFO gaming has been making some noise. We had a massive surge, $1 billion market cap, right away back down to a $300 million market cap. But today, we're going to focus on technicals. We're going to read the psychology of buying and selling behavior. Are we about to see a massive price surge? So typically, markets moves in fives and threes. If you can count to five, you count to three, you can read the market. And around 50 to 70% of the time, these patterns are clear. The UFO is no exception to that rule. Look at this. One, two, a nice wave three, which is often the extended wave. We got a wave four. We could do a couple of other counts here, but the main thing is that it looks like a nice wave five over here. And then typically after a five-wave movement to the upside, you typically get a correction at these particular ratios. And it's normally, this one's called an ABC zigzag. ABC zigzag is one of my favorite corrections. It's pretty easy to apply something called Fibonacci ratios. We got these lines over here, but these are not just random lines. These are relationships between this wave and this wave, this whole sequence of this upside movement to this downside movement. And we've got this time here over here as well. So effectively, what we've managed to do with objectivity in a mechanical, objective fashion, non-emotional is the main thing, saying that it looks like this may be a low that's going to hold, and then we're going to see all-time new highs with UFO, and I know the fundamentals line up also. So what we're going to do next is we are going to look at this part, right? So just so you're clear, because we're not used to looking at charts, so I want to make sure we're on the same page. We just mainly looked at this upside macro movement, but now we're going to look at this over here, this little square red box. We're going to zoom in and we're going to go, is there a particular pattern so you can maximize your entry position? Depending on your strategy, there's a few different strategies over here with this kind of coin. So let's dive in. So what we're doing, just so you know, is something called retracements, and we're looking to identify a high probability wave two. And in my course, in my Elite Wave Fibonacci course, I break this down. So everything that we're doing right now, and we're going to do it in a bit more detail in a second. In the course, it tells us, I think it's lesson 3 for the basics, a wave 1, a wave 2 has these particular retracement ratios. And then more advanced lesson, but I simplify it a lot though. I'll simplify it a lot. Is what we're saying here is lesson 17, the ABC ratios, these key numbers. And when they coincide with this, it gives us a very high probability outcome of what we're looking for. So what we're going to do now, oh, by the way, with this course, we're doing a stupendous offer right now. It is $997. The course, we're doing a 90% discount, so it's £97. I know some of you ask me how long we're doing this for. We're not sure, to be honest. We're just testing it out, giving more value to make it easier for you. But you can actually take my free, absolutely 100% free Elite Wave and Fibonacci Masterclass is in the description link below. Test it out, check it out. If you like it and you like the vibe and the high level that I'm covering, the course just breaks everything down to foundation, intermediate, and advanced Elite Waves, foundation, intermediate, and advanced Fibonacci, and how you combine the two for high probability, because we can only do probabilities and never certainties. So what we're going to do next with UFO, again, we're gonna zoom in to this section here. I'm emphasizing this because sometimes it'll be a bit confusing. So we're gonna zoom in. So that's gonna take up the whole screen. So we're currently looking at a daily chart, but we're gonna drop down to a 4-hour chart. So now we've zoomed in, right? So we're that the right hand side, that red box, we've zoomed in. So this is the entire red box that we're looking at. And what you'll find is these 5-wave sequences and 3-wave corrections, they happen on a macro scale, like over years. They happen over months, happen over weeks, but also happen over hours and minutes, right? So it's applicable to all time frames, all markets and all time frames, but it applies incredibly well to crypto. So when we've zoomed in, look at a pattern that's unfolding, really textbook. A nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is this important? Well, we're looking for clues, right? We're looking for clues that tell us, is this a trend reversal? Because we've had this amazing move to the upside, a big correction with UFO, just gone back a step. We want to see what is the probability of this low down here holding this hole over here. What is the probability? Is it high? Is it medium? Is it low? Now, when you get a 5-wave sequence to the upside, that gives us an indication that there is a trend reversal and there's a big movement to the upside. Also, this movement to the upside is bigger than any previous movement to the upside, which also indicates a trend reversal. Basically, in English, it just means, I was going to say in English, overbalance of price, the biggest move that we've had in recent times to the upside. So now, when we zoom in, again, this is that red box. Again, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then almost exactly the same as you saw on the macro picture, it's happening on a micro scale, is the wave A. Just so you know, wave A's can be 3s or 5s, is one of the rules that most people are not aware of. This is a wave B, and then it looks like a wave C forming. So we've got this potential low over here. So when I'm looking at UFO gaming in particular, what we're looking for, because we're going to zoom back out now, we're going to zoom back out and look at the macro picture again, is this is what I'm anticipating next. So when you're looking at Fibonacci and Elliott wave, what typically occurs is the markets are always expanding and contracting, expanding and contracting. And we want to know, is it in an impulsive sequence where it's more upside movement, or is it in a corrective sequence? So what I'm anticipating with UFO, what's relatively clear, is macro wave 1, A, B, C of a macro wave 2. And after a wave 2, you should anticipate a wave 3. And these are the two common targets: 1.618 to 2.618 Fibonacci ratios. And these are just psychological numbers of buying and selling behavior. So what it will tend to look like is something like this. Wave 1, we've had the wave 2, and now we're aiming to kind of really nail and peg the low of the wave 2. And what typically follows is a wave 3. And a wave 3 is more often than not, the most impulsive, aggressive move to the upside where most profits are made. So what is the anticipation? Well, based on today's price, as of this recording, 4 zeros, 1, 2, right? 0.000012. First target of 1.618 is a 7x, 700%, 7x. And then the more aggressive overextended wave is 11x. But because this is in the metaverse spaces, in the play to earn gaming, NFTs, don't be overly surprised if we shoot past this, because often you'll see these panic buying. So now let's just go into our live chart. So let's go into our live chart. This is what we've been looking at with UFO over here. I think it had some token split. That's why we've got this big bar on the left-hand side. But yeah, we've covered pretty much everything here. There's one other thing, which is quite a common question, which is, do you get how long is a typical wave 3? Well, to give a ballpark date, because you can kind of get these ballpark dates, you can actually measure how long did it take to form wave 1, projected from this potential wave 2 low. And the number we want is the 100%, or the date we want. So the 19th of March, by or before the 19th of March, was that? It's around a month, 4 or 5 weeks, 3 to 5 weeks. We'll probably get a nice surge. That's the probability. And this next wave will tend to be like this. I would expect something like this, and then something like this, maybe a bit more of a pullback, and a move up. But to be honest, with these kind of markets, with this kind of project, which we're going to look into in a second, sometimes it just takes off. And if it takes off, it really, really takes off. So UFO, if you jump into CoinMarketCap, UFO gaming, should I say, is ranked 233. It's been $1 billion market cap before, so that's pretty impressive in itself. It has market cap is 300 million. Volume is not that great at the moment, like 9 million, 3% of its market cap. But if we just jump into the website, you can see it's pretty cool. Welcome to the dark metaverse trending narrative, play to earn in the metaverse space. I believe they're getting ready to launch their game. There's virtual land, etc., etc. So, but I'm really focused on a technical basis. Psychology of buying and selling, that's going to be the main thing that I'm focused on, because you can ignore the fundamentals. The psychology tells us all the fundamentals because they're baked into this. So there you have it. Short, sharp, and sweet, and to the point. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Take my free, 100% free Elliott Wave and Fibonacci Masterclass is in the description below. If you like it, buy my course. It's £97, normally $997. You get an invite to my private Telegram. We do weekend workshops on Saturdays. We do other things as well. We've got a phenomenal community that helps each other as well. But again, now's the time to sharpen your axe on your Elliott Wave and Fibonacci skills so you can read the market like a pro. So now let's finish on a quote. Chapter 5. The name of the chapter is actually It's Simple. It's all about, it's around the topic of money. Becoming financially free is simple, but not easy. All right, but the actual quote at the top of the chapter, I have a quote at the top of each of my chapters, is by Leonardo da Vinci. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Now, if you're a trader, I like to keep my charts incredibly clean. So you'll notice that I don't have loads and loads of different indicators. I just do pattern, price, momentum, and then where it's relevant, I put in the time indications. And those four pieces of information is the 20% that gives you the 80% of the result. And that's what I'm always looking for. If you're not a trader and you're not used to looking at charts, then it's just all about learning the basics. So just going, great, is there a 5-wave sequence? And I've been holding. And if it's coming towards the top of a wave 5, that's when you're looking to sell. If it's coming to an ABC correction and is moving towards the end of an ABC correction, which and the C's normally break down to a 5-wave sequence, and you can see it ahead of time, you can say, okay, now it's looking like a higher probability, better time to buy because it's undervalued as opposed to overvalued. So you want to avoid buying at the tops and selling at the bottoms. You want to buy at the bottoms and sell at the tops when you're doing your speculation. So there you have it. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, take the masterclass, and I'll see you hopefully in one of my live workshops. See you soon.